You may have recently seen our three-way with Dan Who Reviews. It was a little longer, about an hour and a half, the length of which may surprise you, but we're professionals. We have endurance. We were able to last that entire hour and a half, mostly for you all's pleasure, a little bit for our own, but we do it for the
Bit
viewers.
of both.
And today we thought we would do one of our favorite segments on the show, and this is for the real strong collectors out there. This is two guys talking about three guys, two of which those guys are those three guys.
Right.
It's one of those episodes, folks. Strap in. Let's talk about it.
Did he say strap in or strap on?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your host, Dakota, here with my co-host, Jordan. And like I said, today we're talking about our interview with Dan Who Reviews, because that's just the way we like to roll here at the Strong Collectors. We're going to talk about Dan when he interviews the Hasbro team. We'll talk about Shartimus, MCU Collector, whoever's interviewing the Hasbro team or the big dogs.
Right.
We're going to leech off those. And today we're leeching off ourselves, getting to talk to one of the big dogs in the toy community. So,
right.
How did you feel, Jordan, about that?
Oh,
hour
I
and a
felt
half
great, Dakota.
conversation?
It was a great hour and a half. As you know, some of our commenters like to know when we go a little too long, but we like going long and going strong and hard, and that's what we do. So we thought it'd be nice to do a little bit of a recap reflection for those of you who maybe didn't want to take the full 90 minutes. I recommend you do.
I do too.
If you didn't, I think you ought to go back. But yes, we did our annual The Good, the Bad, Ugly segment of the year, our very own award show. And we had quite a few different categories, Dakota. I think we covered most of the major ones we think of, our favorite pickups, new innovations, all those different kinds of awards that we like to give. And, I think it was really fun getting Dan's perspective on a lot of those.
Now, I'll kind of out you a little bit, Jordan. You're a working man. You've got a
That's true.
9 to 5, and you're going to school for a master's degree.
That's
so
right.
you don't have a lot of time for YouTube. So I know Dan is like in the realm of stuff you sometimes watch, but you don't really watch much YouTube. So how was it to get to kind of know Dan? Because I don't know, I watched pretty much all of his videos, so I kind of feel like I know him.
Right.
But how was it for you to get to actually know the man?
Yeah, like I said, I think it was a lot of fun. I think I really like his style. I think a little bit more similar to what we do, just kind of conversational stuff. He knows his stuff, of course. He's got that encyclopedic knowledge on the releases. So we had some bits where I had to consult Dan as the resident historian to make sure I wasn't out of line with any of my picks. I think he had some really cool insights on the figures, but also, like I said, just kind of enjoyable to chat with, and I think makes for some easy, good listening. I could listen to Dan tell me about whatever, and I'd tune in there. So,
yeah, I agree. I think, he's for sure. If I had to do a ranking, maybe we should do a ranking sometime, Jordan, our top 5 YouTubers of action figures. Spoiler alert, I think Dan would be at the top of that list. But
right.
It was nice to get some advice from him because, here at the Strong Collectors, as you've probably seen from episode 1 to now, we have tried to make improvements as we go along. So it was nice to get some advice from him. Definitely want to do our live streams more similar to his, because right now, if you've been watching our live streams, they're a little rough to start and they're a little rough to end. I don't know when I'm starting and when I'm stopping, so maybe that's exciting for you all. You get to see a little behind the scenes of us trying to get our tech in order.
Figure out what's going on.
His stuff always looks, I think, the best on YouTube. I don't think anybody else is doing it better. If there is somebody out there that I need to be checking out, let me know. But his stuff it looks crisp and clean, and I have been noticing he starts a little bit late on some things when they're having their technical issues. So it makes me feel a little bit better that we are all human, and sometimes the live streams start a little late.
Not just us. Yeah, no, I mean, that's something we talked about too, more so maybe after as well. I know we've done some of our call-in shows. If you've ever gotten to participate in those, folks, we love that kind of stuff, and we think it'd be cool doing more things with engagement with people who are listening. So
Hmm.
I think we're still kind of figuring out what that's going to look like. But I think I like his thoughts, and I think similar to what we think about a lot of like the community of action figure collectors, and just kind of the reason we wanted to make the channel is just to kind of have a space where people can connect, whether they're around people who are collectors or not.
Hmm.
Just to kind of link up and I think share those feelings and have a space for that, which I think is really the point of this kind of stuff. So yeah, I really liked his perspective on that, and I think that's what we care a lot about too, and that's what we love about engaging, I think, with
Hmm.
people here.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of doing kind of the listener call in live stream, Jordan, we did promise the people that we were going to do kind of a collector origin story episode. And I think we were going to try to do that in November, right after I moved here
Oh,
to the
that's
bus.
right.
We are now into December. So maybe we should try to plan that for the next live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get this one out on Monday. And then,
Mm-hmm.
folks, if you're listening to this, you've got just a couple hours. We're going to do a live call in show Wednesday. Does that work for you, Jordan?
This coming Wednesday?
Yes.
I think so.
All right, there it
Yeah.
is. I'll post if it's different, but we'll do a live. I have never done a live call-in show on this platform, so we'll see how it goes. If it changes, I'll let you know. But it's about time we do that. I think coming up around the holidays, I think that'll be a fun time to get
Mm-hmm.
to chat with the folks. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would also like to. I don't know. I think Dan had mentioned kind of, our stuff is a little bit more bite-sized, which I kind of like. I mean, if you go back and watch some of our older stuff, maybe we get a little long-winded, and I think maybe our first, like, our top 10 lists were like an hour plus.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of condensed those now into more, we're a little bit more snappy with our
Right.
explanations and everything. So I think that's helpful too, because Dan was saying that his kind of more long form talking
Mm-hmm.
engagement type stuff outside of the reviews can be like an hour and a half, which, like our
Right.
last episode, people have said that's maybe a little bit long to sit down and listen to be able to catch absolutely everything you do. But I
Mm-hmm.
like to have that mix of, this is probably going to be 10, 15 minutes. Some
Right.
of our other stuff maybe stretches a little bit longer. Our last live stream, I think, was an hour and a half.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be curious to know too, even whoever is watching this, whoever out there, I guess like what do you prefer as far as like the mix of that? Are you like I would just like to know kind of people's thoughts on the
Hmm.
shorter versus longer, because I think we enjoy both, and I think we see people seem to like both. It
Hmm.
maybe just kind of depends on the topic, I guess. But
Yeah.
um,
And I think
yeah,
that
I'm
is
always
kind of,
curious to hear people's feedback on that.
yeah, and I think that's the nice thing about this specific video, because I think we're really only getting the true strong collector fans watching this, because some random toy collector, this probably isn't going to be their first video of two guys talking about an interview that they did with somebody else. It just kind of seems like an
Hmm.
ego stroke fest. Maybe it is. I don't know. But
Well, I thought Dakota had some really good things to say in that episode.
I mean,
Dakota had some really good insights on his picks, so
I
I
gotta
think
say,
that's worth
I
talking
thought
about.
Jordan was very on point too. So
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, yeah. He would say thank you. Yeah, he's a sharp lad, that guy. So yes, I get what you're
yeah.
saying.
So since you are the real strong collectors here watching
Hmm.
this, what do you like from our channel specifically? Like, are you like, oh, we love the tier lists, the rankings. I love lists. Jordan doesn't love the lists as much. He loves to kind of more
Ah,
chop it up, talk a little natural. I mean, you like the stuff, but like, if you had
that's true.
your pick of like your favorites, it's probably the more
My format.
chatty,
Yeah.
kind of
I
off the
always
cuff.
love speculating though, Dakota.
That's
I
true.
mean,
I love the speculation lists. I love kind of when we do like our Halloween, like the new Halloween wave, the new. I'm going to do that for
hmm
this next year, folks. You can expect fairly every holiday. I've got Valentine's Day. I want to do that for sure. I want to do. Let's throw St. Patrick's Day in there. Why not?
let's do it.
Uh,
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day, Earth Day. We could do. We could do everything. So I like those lists. I do want to know
Buckle up.
from the listeners though, like what are some of your favorites? I think
Hmm.
we'd done that as like a
Right.
giveaway. Oh, that reminds me, we should have done the giveaway next episode. Stay
Oh,
tuned, because we've still got that giveaway. I was going to do that this one. I've got the winners picked
could
out
we?
already.
It's a Legion, right?
It is the
Could we do
Illigar.
it on my ranking or my ranking?
feel like it'll be too long. I got to get this thing out, man. Is
Oh,
your ranking going to
okay.
be next?
All right.
Yeah, we could do your ranking next. All right. Folks, this is essentially just a live stream where we're just chatting, deciding things as it happens. So next episode, you will find out who won Illigar. And in that same episode, we'll do another giveaway for Lady Averona. So, boom, back-to-back giveaways. Thank you to Ryan for donating those figures. We're going to get those out to the winners. It'll be after Christmas at this point, but maybe before New Year's you'll get your Illigar. So, anything else on this, Jordan? Are we done?
You know, I'm not sure. I think Dan knows we care, and I hope he gets to see this. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we would hope to chat more with Dan in the future. I think that'd be fun. I think folks can expect to stay tuned for that. I think he enjoyed us a decent amount, and I think that would be cool, doing more of that kind of stuff moving forward, and maybe bringing him into more of our shenanigans we get into. But I think he can roll with it pretty well. So,
Yeah.
Folks, if you liked it, stay tuned. Even if you didn't, you're going to be seeing more. So.
If you like it or not, we're still going to subject you to more three-ways with Dan Who.
Exactly, because we had a great time.
So there you have it, folks. That is our two guys talking about three guys, two of which were those three guys episode. I don't know. This is for the real fans only. If you're not a real fan, you are now. Make sure you're liking, sharing. You're already subscribed, but if you're not, please hit that subscribe button because it means a lot to us. Stay strong.
Force that thing in there, Luke. Just like I showed you with them puppets. But tell nobody or you're going to get in trouble.
Just to clarify, folks, there's nothing on the bottom half. In case anyone's wondering, this could be the intro to Strong Collectors After Dark.
There you go. I like
You ever
it.
stared at your action figure collection completely nude? If not,
Join us today as we do.
it's like live call-in, everyone just staring at their figures nude. See how it feels. It's like, ooh, yeah, that one is nice to look at while you're naked.